All righty, got it.
Got it.
Got it. All righty, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Oh, are we live yet? I think we are live. These greetings, myself, Law and Master. Are we on the air? I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here at Morocco at Northwest Mexum. Let's see, do I have this? I'm just kind of chilling, right? Kind of got the little fun checkered shirt day with the fun bow tie. I'm probably going to take this off and unbutton this and be like, you know, just because I was going to just rock the NASA tee. And then I was like, nah, kind of feeling a little checkered. But whatever. So, peace and greetings to you all. Welcome to our Impromptu Improv Loves Trinity, right? This is going to be great when we go in on what Loves Trinity is, just off the top of the head. It's Impromptu Improv. So we're just going to go off the even the title was just thought of in like, you know, the last 3 minutes or so. So here we go. I like to introduce my magnificent bros, and then we'll introduce our guests for the second Impromptu Improv in a row. But bros, my magnificent bros, they are
Brother Sean Alim L, all is well. Listen to the words to tell a tale.
Bars, Astro bars. All right.
All is well. Hey, Islam to you all. Islam to you all.
Come on, bro.
Hey, Brother Benjamin Bey. Okay, guys, so check this out. For the second Impromptu Improv, alrighty, back to back, we have our beloved brother Amazon Ramondes Bey.
Hey, Islam.
The brother is traveling upon the easements upon his ancestral estate at the moment. So it's so great. It's Impromptu Improv, so we wasn't really sure how it was gonna go anyway. What we had kind of thought of as an idea, so we might not be able to bring that to fruition until the 3rd March. So just keeping our fingers crossed, as they say. But no, I'm just I affirm. All righty, March 3rd. See, there we go. No need to cross fingers. We're just gonna affirm 3rd March 2022. There, right? So, guys, Philios, brotherly love. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that's Eros. And some people out there, some astrologers may be like, why would he say Eros is Mars? That's so confusing. I'm not saying like the Arabic part Eros being represented by Mars. I know Eros is the lot of Venus. I'm not an idiot. All right, I'm not incompetent. What I'm actually speaking on is denotatively the actions that are, hold on. Am I missing somebody? Is somebody not in here? Hold on.
Brother Terrell, maybe yanking on the fence.
Yeah, hold on, but I'm looking like, hold on. That's why I was thinking like, hold on. I said, hey, yo, he literally sent, oh, that is hilarious, actually. I need to, hold on, man. We got,
Where's Jack?
That's why I said Impromptu Improv. Come on, bro. Is your camera on? I want to spotlight you immediately, bro. My apologies, bro. We were like in the middle of the screen, when I'm doing the YouTube thing to log in, so I can't really see when I'm making this one the host as opposed to this one. So I probably should make this one the host again, actually. So let me actually do that and make this one the host again.
I didn't know y'all live though, so we doing it like that for real. It's live.
Oh, it's Impromptu Improv for
Straight like that.
It's live.
For real. Brother was like, hold on, man. Let me put down this guitar first. Nah, you ain't gotta put it down, man. Had a guitar in the shot and everything, man. Plug a few chords. I don't. It's Impromptu Improv.
You show them hands. Why don't you show them hands?
Show them hands.
Oh yeah, show them hands.
Tell them you don't just finger future ex-wives. No, I'm joking. Impromptu Improv. I'm kidding. See, that's why we love to have fun. We're not prudes. And actually, our humor is way more funnier than that. But anyway, we'll say some things. You were like, "Is that the brothers talking like that? I can't believe it. They're supposed to be self-righteous and whatnot." Anyway, we like to enjoy ourselves and laugh. And sometimes, certain combinations of words are hilarious. However, anyway, so yeah, maybe that's what you should name your guitar. My ex-wife. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
Probably when the relationship is better
She
anyway. No, I'm joking.
she has a name already. She's already occupied. Her name is the Time Machine. No one needs any specialness. The Time Machine is special enough. You know what I mean?
The Time Machine. That's right. Fingering the time. No, I'm kidding. I'm just really riding on that whole fingering thing. It's just cause. So it's just see how it works. It's impromptu improv. The way my mind works. If this was a boy, okay, I don't know. Maybe they'd be like, no, he's not funny. But whatever. It's funny in my head. That's what counts.
Brother
So,
Put the time machine guitar in his spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers
This is
are
the brother
hilarious.
Corey sprinkles, and then this is the brother Jack spirit fingers. See, look at that already. Look at that. We got two types of mudresses going. This is the brother Corey mudress, and this is the brother Regulus Marmot Bay.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Hand and overhand.
Let's bring bro in. Let's see. Let's add you to the spotlight. Hey, there we go. Brother Amazite is traveling or whatever, and I'm pretty sure when we speak with Brother Amazite, he'll bring himself back in to see guys. He's got to keep his eyes on the easements as he travels. However, guys, how are you guys? I'm pretty sure I'm about to unbutton this suit, but anyway, how are you? We're gonna really go in on this, man. Like I said, like Eros, right? I kind of got stopped there because brother Jag was like, "Let me in" with the gift. That's why I said I'm just gonna take the kind of passcode thing off for us guys when we do this. Like when we do this, I'm just gonna be like, no passcode, so you guys can ding dong in and out. Because that whole thing was for when we were doing the classes, like for when we had classes actually. But for us, it's like we can just enjoy it. So guys, we're gonna keep this one short and sweet. We're just gonna touch and hit these topics and points like seriously. We're gonna finger these points like Brother Jag does his guitar. All right. So let's finger the time machine and strike a chord with the people today. Right?
Very clever.
I know, right? With some swift, melodious testimonies, right? That we can just give. I'm going to get into a screen share, of course, very soon, considering it is 3 days away from the commercial date termed Valentine's Day, right? Not Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day, right? And we figured, what, maybe we should. And I kind of before we hit the live, because impromptu improv is impromptu, really. But it's like as we're thinking about things, and I'm looking at the chart, I'm like, maybe we should just do a quick Google search. We're not gonna do any elaborate history lesson. However, who knows what results we may have and what we may go over. Brother Amazite may have something too, like, oh yeah, man, I remember this book and blah, 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 blah about Valentine and the history of it too. Go into that, go into these charts. And then we're going to really speak on the dynamics of what's really going on out there in the world. You know what I mean? A lot of people just really need to realize that when it comes to this idea of love and relationships, that you're really choosing a hypnosis, actually. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to be real with yourself. Which hypnosis are you going to really be dealing with? Because, trying to, have a perfect, situation really in a paradigm that's not really set up to have a perfect situation, because it's not in harmony with nature. So you're trying to, do something that's based in nature, a man and woman, a mother and a son that's interested in each other or whatever. They engage in coitus or coition. And then at that point, it's like, okay, there's these obligations and expectations that that sets the tone for breakups and not liking one another, because actually, usually the interaction in so-called love and relationships are always the best when there's no obligation. So I'm just going to say now, if I could say that if this was a joke, the punchline is, let me see, because I'm just going to write it as we do it. We're going to fly this thing, as we're going to build it as we fly it. So the punchline to this whole presentation is honor is the answer. Right? That's the punchline. I don't know how we're going to get to honor is the answer. What'd you say, bro?
Do.
Yeah, basically, like that's where the answer is. The punchline is honor is really the key, not boyfriend,
But how you
girlfriend.
but how
Huh?
do you get no obligation if you talking about honor? It's still gonna be an obligation to be honorable.
Ooh, see, you get
But look, though,
you bringing it up.
it's the word
Bringing it out.
obligation,
Damn.
though.
Huh?
It's the word obligation, though, because obligation would just be a natural thing. It's not actually forced. So it's like it would just be harmoniously natural.
So we live in a house, right? And it's just it's us four, right? Us five, right? And somebody got to do the dishes. You know what I mean? Somebody got to clean up. So it is an obligation, whether it's forced or not. You know what I mean? Now it could be it comes when it comes to a conditional obligation that we don't know nothing about, or it just swings with the mood.
Got you.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
Now, because I was about to say, and thank you everybody for joining us for our impromptu improv. That was it. Because Brother Amazite and Brother Terrell just mic drop that motherfucker now. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Monday with our Intuition Monday with Brother Benjamin Day and Brother Shonalina. Like, okay. No, okay, I'll stop. Let's continue. Right. Let's continue. No, okay, so I love this seesaw balancing act between the terms obligation and honor, right? See,
Right.
when one is in honor, there is no obligation to think about. The only one that thinking about the obligation is the one that struggles with honor. And thank you guys for joining us for our honor. See how we get to it so fast and it's over already. It's over. How much more fluff do we have to put in the middle?
Well, you still got to be obligated to do the right thing.
It's so funny that because I really think those that feel the burden of an obligation, or not even the burden. Okay, no, let me finish that statement. This is impromptu improv and it's flowing. Those that feel the burden.
Some people don't think they obligated to do the right thing. As we, touching on this.
So hold on. Okay, true. Punchline again. Honor is the answer. See?
Right.
See how this works?
Yeah. So it's like we're finding the reasons for all of these different energies. Like, this is why they're not doing it. It's like, but there's a lack thereof.
Right.
The ride is over. We gave it to you that quick. We're done.
It's like chapter 12 in the Holy Quran. It's like Yeshua made his point in minute 8, 9, and 10. The rest, it's over. We already did minute 8, 9, and 10 in chapter 12. It's over. All we doing now is minute or verses 13 through 20 now in chapter 12. All we're doing now is just taking our compass and now going around the point by delivering parable from this point on, because we've already made our point in less than 5 minutes. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? This impromptu improv was the equivalent of a pay-per-view fight with Mike Tyson in the 90s. It was over. Like, hey, man, I spent 50 on pay-per-view, man. At least we got food still, man. Damn, man, Tyson knocked him out in the first 90 seconds, man. That's how I remembered it growing up. Tyson fights, pay-per-view, everybody partying. Pay-per-view, everybody was spit their 50, man. Fight over. People just coming through the door still. Yo, when the fight start? Oh, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah. What? You're late to the show. The show's over.
Yeah. However, let's continue. Let's put our compass down. We already gave the square. The square is getting straight to the point, right? We're getting straight. We're getting straight there. You know what I'm saying? But the point that we're getting to is now the point in which we're gonna, make our parabola, and we can now go a little further in our impromptu improv and give parable to what we're actually saying. Where we're going to end up at honor is the answer. That's the punchline to this. So with that being said, let's touch first on some people that feel that they're not obligated to do the right thing. Let's touch on that. And recognize really for us to even speak on what we're speaking on, we are really speaking from, our own accounts pertaining to experiences and dealing with this energies for us to even form an opinion, pertaining to it. We can do things, we can give examples experientially, or we can give things academically just off of concept for cognitive purposes for people to actually just comprehend, right? So with that being said, let's continue with this. Let's flow. Let's see how it goes. All right. Some people think they're not obligated, right? What's interesting in that, then, we're not talking about those people because this is about love, love's Trinity, because in brotherly love, right? Philios, and I'm calling that Venus, right? Energy, because when I think of Venus, Venus is dealing with the values in the relationship. So you don't have to be erotic, which I'm calling Martian, because erotic is the active thrusting of the pelvis areas, right? So I'm just going to say with that, I'm not going Martian on as far as the Aryan portion of it, even though in the mind are, full of the dainty little imaginizations of what's been thought with down below sacrally. So with that being said, it's like, when it comes to Philios love, you're not really thinking about, you shouldn't be, you're in harmony with nature and you're a brother for real. There's no erotic thinking in that. It's really just the value in relating to your brother. So that's why I credited Philios love just out of my heart to be Venusian. So that's where I'm laying it there for Philios love, for brotherly love first. And I'll bring up a chart as y'all give y'all take on it. What's y'all measure? I'll give my measure last on it. I want y'all to go on Philios love specifically, and I'll screen share the chart that I'll have up, and I'm going to have an astro clock run while I'm doing it. All right. So whoever wants to go first, it doesn't matter. I know everybody's got something on this topic, especially when we get to the erotic love portion, because that's when we're going to be talking about the interaction between mother and son. Some people may not be able to handle that may listen to us. So we'll say, between male and female, male mind and female mind. All righty, y'all. Look what's on the rise. I said, look what's on the rise.
Yep.
Look what's on the rise.
Yep. Cancer's on the rise. Yep.
No.
Rise.
I started that impromptu improv at a better time, It's like I almost started it where I won't go there. Y'all already know. That's wild. I didn't even try that. I just hit the clock on it. So it's like, this is really impromptu improv, The timing is impeccable. All right. What y'all think, man? Come on, brotherly love. And you can actually look at Venus in this portion. We can even pay attention to our conversation because Mercury it's in the 7th house and we're communicating about relating. Anyway, go right ahead and look.
Conjunct Pluto. Pluto.
Mercury's in Venus house. Venus is in Mercury's house. Oh, that's my last thing. Okay, I'll shut up now. Go.
Brother Jack, Brother Raylis, you got anything? You want to
go? I was going to let whoever wants to go. If you want me to go, I'll go. Why not? All right.
Brother Benjamin, I'm about to drop these bars on this topic. I'm just going to wait for y'all, and then I'm going to set it off. No, go ahead. Do y'all thing, man. I yield.
Let's see. I go. Brotherly love is just so let's say we're looking at Venus. So I'll just go from my chart, just from my Venus being in Leo retrograde. It's just creating. I love having fun and creating with my bros and just creating in general. And with that retrograde, it's it's always just shining. Like I want to shine and help my bros shine in their own way. It's never, I want to dim anyone else's light. It's like, do you, bro? Like if it's what you want to go for and it's coming from the heart, just go for it. And I'm going to hype you up and just let you be you while I continue to be me. So Venus and Leo, That's me, you know, fifth house BB. I yield.
So technically, so even if so you have a Venus retrograde in your natal fifth, you say, correct?
Indeed.
All right, in Leo. So technically, if we were to think in concept right now, transiting Venus would be 6 houses away from your 5th house Leo Venus, which means that this is your 10th house. This is your career, where Venus currently is right now, and you're an astrologer, and you're a professional astrologer with your bros, man. Like, I mean, really, and you're, you know, speaking about that service, providing that service, right? Sometimes, you know, you look at it like, oh, well, it's open competition. You know, everybody's working together, but it's really like an open competition because it's, you know, your colleagues and stuff like that. It's just, at the end of the day, it's also just people you work with. You know, you don't have to, you know, sometimes out there in the rat race, they try to use these competitive terms to make it seem like people are competing for nothing, actually. And it's like, oh, I got to make sure I get this big chunk of nothing. So yeah, I yield though. Islam, I yield.
Islam. Just it's so simple, man. Everything is just so simple relative to what we're speaking on. We're just speaking on brotherly love. We're speaking on relating. We're speaking on unity, and to just emphasize the key word Brother Amazite used, obligation. It's like that's just relating in a sense, because there's always going to be some sort of responsibility in regards of whomever you're relating with. So again, just to use the analogy with it's 5 of us in a house. We're all in our domicile right now. You know, we're all let's say we're together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we know Brother Amazite is on the road. He's traveling right now. So, you know, more than likely, when he comes back to the domicile, you know what I mean, he may probably be hungry, more than likely. So if we cooking, if we all just made some dinner, you know what I mean, it would be essential, or it would be beneficial if we made sure bro had something to eat as well. You know what I mean? So that itself is a form of love. You know what I mean? You're making sure that your brother is well fed, because you know he has to, you know, go do something so he can feed himself as well. However, again, we're making the course now. We're making the meal now. So why not just have that extra course of meal or that extra plate for bro? You know what I mean? So it's just making those things. It's natural. It's not really a burden or something that I'm like confined to.
Mm-hmm.
However, just out of the love and honor for myself and my brother, I would do that for him because I would want that to be done for me in the same sense. You know what I mean? So it's really just looking at that other being as it is yourself. That's the reality of any relation, whatever it is, whoever you're relating with. You're extending yourself to look at them as if they are you, right? So that's the formality of love. You know what I mean? It's not complex. It's giving extending your hand, that whatever it is you have. That's genuine love, unconditional love. It's not with a condition. You don't have to. Brother Amazite now, he doesn't have to fucking, I don't know what. He got to let me ride with him on the truck for him to get a meal. You know what I mean? That's not the case. You know what I mean? That's bro. That's bro. So he gonna be good because we good. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? It's the simple realities of honoring yourself and honoring the other being that is an extension of you, so to speak. And that's the basics of being simple here. We all know these things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
That's not.
You could be cooking in the 6th house, you know, with fire and knives and values or actual food with Venus there for your brother on his foreign travels, in the 12th house and Moon and Gemini. And Gemini is like the hands, and Mercury when you're traveling, he's actually on the road, far from home. You know, so you could be making that food. So when he doubles back and come home, he can get it while you're servicing him while he's on his foreign travels.
And that's honor. That's what I was going to say just real quick. That's very honorable, because what isn't occurring is Amazite expecting something to be there.
Exactly.
And by that expectation not being there, there's no burden on those of us actually cooking or preparing the meal. There's this genuine honor system that's being, played, and it's not, and now I'm telling you, we're going to use this same honor system, but we're going to show how it morphs. You know what I mean? Because when it's brotherly love, what's not in there is, there's things that's in erotic love that belongs only in erotic love, because the brotherly love is specifically for the purposes of maintaining civility. Indeed. So things don't get out of hand. Things don't get out of control. We're the logic in society. Alrighty, and we can measure the emotions that are the female counterparts from which we come and which we try to get back into throughout life.
Literally.
Right. So with that being said, I know, right? It's such a beautiful and not beautiful.
It's such a infinity symbol. It's never ending. Yes, and what it is, an infinity symbol when you think of, boy, goodness gracious, let's not go there. My imagination. My imagination. All right, pardon me. So anyhow, yeah, it's just like the proverbial. The only reason it seems like it's a prison, the relationship or having that, is because of the unrealistic and unnatural expectations that provide the burden pertaining to obligation. That's really why punchline honor is the answer. Islam.
Because we're going to sit here and analyze, we're going to discuss these things, and I'm pretty sure the more we discuss it, we're going to all probably get to, for the betterment for the community, because we're the logic, right? Honor is the key, and not the kind of honor where it gets, because sometimes, some people get, some emotional people that aren't logical, well, I think that this should be thought like this. And then 9 times out of 10, we're going to have to consider, okay, what's the motivation at the foundation of that statement? Because we need to make sure it's in logical honor and not a get back at something because the way wasn't gotten.
Let me add to that, bro, because you said that motivating, the motivating factor. You said the honor and wisdom. However, also the only 2 motivating factors we can live from is love or fear. So which one? You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's our first principle. So it's like, which one, darling?
Honor is the answer. You just keep getting to this. Okay, I yield. Any more on the brotherly love? Because it's happening between mothers also. Sisterly love, right? So with that also, that means it is a decision-making culture where we treat others like we would like to be treated. And I don't mean like, yeah, man, I love you if I tie your shoestrings together, or, when you walk past me, I try to trip you up. Yeah, because when we joke like that, I'm not talking about that kind of culture. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the kind of culture that is sensible. Sometimes, I'll be at the store or whatever, and I walk in the door and I see one of the little young brothers that's, out there taking this slow little drag or whatever, with the hoodie extra tight. And all you see is this, like, you know what I mean? So since that's all you see in this hoodie, right? And I'll hold the door for them. I'm like, you coming in, right, bro? They be like, yeah, I'm coming in, bro. And it's so funny because at the end of the day, I could have gone, man, fuck Shorty, he taking all long. I ain't holding this motherfucking door for him. Like, I could have been like, I could have got immediately into lower self.
Yeah.
However, there's a culture that I practice in my mind. Because at the end of the day, it's like, no matter how he looking with his hoodie tight like this, he brightened up when I was like, hey, bro, you coming in? I'm just holding the door for you. I just wanted to make sure I ain't want to close it and I see you walking towards it. All that hardness went right away because there was a courtesy.
Mm-hmm. Islam.
That's important with brothers as well.
It's just genuine care. It's genuine, sincere care. Yeah.
Period.
Islam. And that's a big lack thereof again within our community. A lot of mothers aren't really nurturing their children properly because it's children having children. So that's not beneficial. Right?
Meow, meow.
Yes, so it's imperative for nurturing to be just natural. It's not anything, it's not a forced situation. It's natural. Period. There's multiple forms of nurturing. It isn't just, again, sexual or erotic, as we were saying. You're using your extension, man. So
yeah, we're getting there next. We're getting to the Eros next, but go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Yeah, so that's very imperative. Women specifically to learn the importance of nurturing your children and yourself. First yourself, so you can properly nurture your children. Yes. Important, mother. Think about that. I yield.
Speaking about things that are unseen, and also watching your brother's back as well. For the moon and the
Always.
We're all on the phone, so we're talking about things that are undoing, but also help and service. So through communication of undoing things that nurture us, the unseen nurtured being communicated with the brothers.
Islam.
Another in the sixth house.
Just undoing the things that aren't doing anything for us.
Yeah. The fake communicating.
Let go. Let that shit go. Respectfully.
Coming up on that reflection of Pluto and Mercury that we just delineated for. However, go ahead, I yield.
What I noticed between brotherly love and sisterly love, from being around both individuals, the brotherly love is more implanted in love versus the sisterly love. And the reason why I say that, when I hear women, that they sisterly love and all that, a woman could be wrong, right? They will not tell most of them. They will not tell a female counterpart that they're wrong. They're gonna go with it and say that. But a brother, I'd be like, look, that wasn't cool what you did, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and it's okay that we do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but a sister, they're gonna whatever they talking about relationship wise, did something. They're gonna be the amen.
Yeah.
Whether, you know what I'm saying, give them genuine love, because women, from what I see, they moody, right? So they don't want to take that person off or whatever. But the brothers, because we operate out of honor, it doesn't, me correcting you or putting my opinion and say, hey, you could have handled that in a different way. It's not taken from the brother like, who the hell you is, you know what I'm saying, versus the sister, but they claim they have sisterly love. But I see it's more with the brothers. We can agree and disagree and keep working. You see what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Versus the sisters, oh, that moved all wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I think brotherly love is stronger than sisterly love.
Oh, let me add to your wisdom. You are exactly correct. I will say that the women will make a decision to work together, even if they do not like each other when a paycheck is involved.
and or if they have a common dislike or enemy, quote unquote.
Right,
So
at the
to speak.
moment.
Yes.
And we can say at the moment. And we watch
right.
that on movies. You know, you can hate this one slept with that one. But girl, we gotta get this bag. So now they united.
He's a girl that gets his bag.
You know, so they're disagreeable. They're very disagreeable, you know.
It's love.
So brotherly love is a powerful energy, you know, because it all comes with that. It's like, look, you know, we are brothers, you know, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm not looking out for you because you're gonna look out for me. That's just what it is.
Word,
you know what I'm saying? It's just that what it is, because it's like successful people. Successful people want to see other successful people win. It's not an ego. It's not because you the head right now or I'm the head right now. It's an ego thing. It's like, okay, as brothers, it's like, who can get us to the goal quicker with least restriction? We all gonna eat. We all gonna be on top. We can turn around and take that opportunity, right? Turn the opportunity, and that create other opportunities that we had personally. But you know, when we come talking about brotherly love, like real camaraderie, real, and then the brothers we already have our own micro community with brothers. You know, we get it. You know what I'm saying? We get it because the sisters, they don't really have to do hard work. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. You know, just because, and I mean this in a respectful way, just because they bring life up in there, they got the expectation from social engineering that everything's supposed to be given, whether they feel like or they don't feel like it has to be mutual benefit to have respect and honor, but it also has to be like, are we doing this together or are we not?
It's not.
Okay,
you know?
You said it was mutual benefit. Okay, yes.
You know, and some of them be like that. With brothers, there's no benefit. The benefit is to see my brother win. That's the sole benefit as brothers.
Islam. Especially in building together. I think, you know, it comes a time, like for me, I'm thinking even for us, even though we're all remotely, you know, where we are, I think it's coming to fruition more of a time, not just being able to make finances off of the skill set we, you know, certified ourselves, you know, based off of our ancient foremothers and forefathers, Moorish, Moabite zodiac science and, you know, geometry and the numbers, you know, 0 through 9, so to speak. Like we've been able to do that on you know, on our own for ourselves, and now we're able to take our place amongst the affairs and men in other areas within other astrological communities, and actually being able to really see and learn what's going out there in the world, which is going to allow us to be able to not only, yes, have more resources and finances for ourselves. However, we know our foundation is really, we know we need something for the collective. So we're just going to build it and not do the, hey, y'all, watch what we're doing and come on over. No, we're just going to build it. We're just going to build it and we're going to have it. We're going to be utilizing it. And then people see like, hey man, I'm going to go over here. Let me see what's up with that. Like that dude that built this island in the, you know, right outside of, you know, Italian waters, as they call it. So it's in international waters. I forgot what that movie was called. I just recently saw it, but this dude basically built his own, you know, mechanical island out there or whatever. And so it's just kind of like, that's really, I'm not saying we need to build our own mechanical island as much as what I'm really speaking to is really seeing things through, thriving, making it be sustainable, because all we have to do is just be ourselves. And I think the more we peel ourselves away from expecting the public to honor really what we're doing, and because that's, I'm saying not we as an us, I'm saying as a people, once you come into this knowledge pertaining to self, you really just realize you just got to be Nike and just do it regardless of whomever is really with you or not. You know what I mean? Whether people are really riding with you or not, you kind of realize like you kind of feel really better the more you prove it to yourself anyway. and then to have brothers that are on that same path parallel to yours, it's like, oh man, all right, well, we got something to keep our self-esteem intact, because even though people can be grown ass men, yeah, we man, I'm an astrologer, and even the most gangsterous dude appreciates courtesy from his brother. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I don't care how hardcore you are, courtesy and love, I mean, just goes through all that shit. It's the golden rope that binds everything together. You see what I'm saying?
It's so funny, yo, because once you said that, it just made me think about this experience I had with one of those quote unquote, they call it there. So they're very externally hard, right? And this was the literal situation. So he was arguing with my sister or whatever, right? They were having an argument, and I was younger. I was nowhere near where I am now, but just I'm very caring, so to speak. I'm a very nurturing being. So he was saying some very disrespectful things to my sister, and I just got fed up, right? And like I grabbed him by his arms, and I said, "Yo, I'm looking at him in his eyes. Like, yo, you tripping right now. Stop acting like a girl. Stop acting like a female." And like he looked at me in my eyes, like he couldn't believe I was saying this, right? And then he hugs me. He hugs me tight as shit, and I'm confused, like, what's happening? But that is a prime example of that. Just like, it's like he just let go of all of that tough guy shit and all of that anger and tension. And it's just like him hearing that, it's like he was like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. It's like, and that's just what's needed. Like Brother Amazai said, we do that for each other too. So it's like that needs to be, it should be a natural thing. It should always be happening. When you see someone close to you fucking up or doing harm, speak up, period.
Your experiential example just proves polarity, that hypermasculinity is feminine.
It's not. It's a wall. It's a mask that's being put on. It's like Jim Carrey when he put on the mask and he turned into that guy who's just so great. Yeah. And then when he takes it off, he don't really like himself too much.
Yeah, and what I mean by hypermasculinity is feminine. I'm not saying that hypermasculinity is I'm not even saying negative. I'm thinking about an electron, and I'm thinking about energy, and the electron is the repulsive energy, where the proton is the attractive energy. And so hypermasculinity is why I'm saying it's feminine, because it's repulsive. Even though something that's repulsive can be also seen as receptive. So even in that sense, in hypermasculinity, you were able to say something where he was able to receive it, because you're saying he's acting like a pussy, respectfully. So it's yeah. So and I'm just kind of drawing correlations with multiple words in the impromptu improv that just bring the centralization to the idea of what we're saying about the principles at the base of everything. Treat others how you want to be treated. Honor is the answer. So what we've realized, and this is my last say so on this, and this is why I think brotherly love works out so much in these days and times, because pain is what brings us together. And in the pain bringing us together, because we have all been made our mother's husbands, especially for the sons of single women. And what I mean by that is, since our mothers weren't able to admit to themselves they couldn't maintain a normal relationship with a guy, no matter what the circumstances, what they do now is begin to mold in their son this idea of a man that they wish they could have, which really at the borderline base of it is perverted. But we don't talk about this stuff in art, because we're gotta be a man and you don't do that. You don't talk about your mother like that. You're supposed to just stay a nigga, black colored slave in the mind with servile thinking. No, we're not gonna stay in servile thinking. Because first of all, that's not who we are. So with that being said, a lot of times what we have called, oh, our mothers did the best they could do in raising us. No, instead of going to therapy, they began to mold us into the man they wish they had. And now, since women don't really focus on their daughters like that because the mothers kind of don't like themselves, so they kind of get rid of their daughters and, as they say, coddle the sons, right? But really, at the end of the day, what we're dealing with is not a daughter-son thing. We're dealing with a self-hate thing. And that's why we're talking about love right now. It's funny because in order to actually have brotherly love, loving yourself is kind of paramount. You know, in the erotic situation, you know, some people can just buy prostitutes. It's really not even too much of a caring for the being or really a care for yourself. You're just trying to solidify some, you know, lower self sensation, unless it is a well-built so-called interaction, you know what I mean, between a mother and a son, and the erotic energy that's expressed is actually therapeutic and healing. Right. So to transition from the brotherly love, even though I think the point there is the reason why it works is because honor is the answer. There's no backbiting or hating, especially when brothers, like, I think brothers come more together too when there's no pretension, when men usually it's so funny. I think in my experience, brothers actually become loyal to one another the more we see we have realistic situations like the next man. You see what I'm saying? It's like, because of the dark priesthood thinking, and since mothers are breaking up their families, we're always joining in and being who we are because we come from two paths of psychological abuse. One, our mothers pervertedly, with so-called good intentions, turning us into the men that they couldn't maintain, the idea of the man that they would like to have that they couldn't maintain. And then the fact that because the men weren't there in the home and these women grew up not learning how to respect the man, probably outside of Pop, if they ever saw their grandfather, now the sons who have been made these amazing, well-behaved men to go out in society to take on this ratchet sister's little ratchet daughter.
Oh man.
And then it just takes you to the cover of the 101.
It's so real. Sigh of relief.
I mean, we gotta have these conversations, because try to have these conversations in private with women, you know, it's like, okay, I think is that a pitchfork and torches? Is that that's not nuts? Okay, I think it's time for us to go.
Right there in the 12th house.
What did you say, bro?
The moon is mother. 12th house is like, you know, undoing or things hidden, and Gemini would be brothers. So that would be holding the mother up in the 12th house. In our
yeah, because she's unconscious.
We're going in the place of institutional thinking or her mind. You know,
the priesthood is dead.
To like, hey, you don't have to do the dark priesthood stuff. I'm here to love you. Not here to take advantage of your loins. We can share them.
Islam.
I can ask for them by doing deep, not just throwing federal notes at your bottom half.
Yeah, because most of these interactions are some termed agreement prostitution. I know people, oh, it's a relationship. I don't want to call it, I ain't call it that, because if you actually recognize it, it's like, see, women are like Dave and Buster's. You're not going to really have fun unless you have more tokens.
We need a better one. I'm kidding. I've never been. I'm
just saying, it's like, how can I really have a great time with her? Okay, hold on. she's the happiness vending machine. Where did I put is this where I put it? Do you take quarters? Is there a slot for me to put the Federal Reserve notes and spare change? What button do I press? BH for be happy, BH. Okay, cool. And this is where you dispense it. I gotta wait for the little spiral contraption to dispense happiness. How long is this? This is only 2 ounces of happiness. Okay, let me. Oh, okay. I'll see how long this happiness lasts. Because that's how I look at it. It's like in the conditions that the women are, because there's this rat race public trust thing of trying to maintain and live. That's unnatural. That's why there's a reset. Everything's going back to nature and silver and gold standard anyway. People really think the cryptocurrency is going to be, but I mean, leveraging is leveraging. It is what it is. We can do what we do on paper, letter of credit. Yay. However, going back to that mindset and that ancient mindset pertaining to our foremothers and forefathers, it's just a matter of us really just paying attention that it's long-term prostitution.
Boy, yo, sure, I need my money back. I need my finance back. Yeah, I ain't got no I-9 stocked.
Where's the return button for the?
Where's the I-9? You're all out. Jeez.
Reminds me of Brother Jack and Brother Amazite is not making us ride in the truck for a meal, or we're not making him, but that's how the mothers do. You gotta do this to get this. It's like,
yeah,
I could just do it for you and not, have that type of blackmail.
Expect in return.
And have no obligation, no expectation. Yeah. Hey, hold on. Punchline. Honor is the answer. I thrive much better in relationships the less you tell me do the dishes. I'm a fucking Cancer ascendant. I already want to do the dishes. But when you expect me to do it and you get lazy and don't even want to ever do it again, whoa.
Hey, what's that meme? It was like, whoa, that'll do it for me. They pick their stuff up. It's like, oh, you expect me to do that? Oh, that'll do it for me.
Yeah, as soon as you expect me to do it, I'm not doing it. Soon as you expect me to do it, I'm not doing it. That's why, again, there's no woman in my life because I get it. I am not I'm not a slave. I think for myself. It's no amount of vagina that's going to make me go, fuck this common sense. I'm just going to be a pussy puppet. I can't do it. So it usually leads to he rude, he disrespectful, and he liked it. No, you worship the dark priesthood in your mind, and you don't like nature, and you're really trying to have a picnic in a storm. But we recognize you're unconscious in the prophet's hands. It just reminds me of Harlem World. See, man, you got to get in their head before you get in their bed. So, I mean, it's just not admitted out loud, but at the end of the day, it's really, son's just doing mind control and manipulation. But the best mind control and manipulation is accountability and honor, because it'll keep all the fuckery out of you. Since it's all mind manipulation and hypnosis, let's just use accountability and honor so it can actually thrive. And people don't have to, oh, well, my feelings got hurt, so now I have to do this to you so you can feel like I felt. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am. 30-something-year-old ma'am. You going on 40? What you? Oh, you're 40s, ma'am. Okay. Is that a temper tantrum? Smells like a temper tantrum. Okay, anyway, anybody else before we move on to Eros, which is the Martian, action of the pelvic thrusting, the bumping and the grinding, birds
and the bees.
Birds and the busies. Where's Mars right now? Hey, in there with Venus, right? Mars is there with Venus, same spot. All right. Then after that, we're going to get to Jupiter for the abundant love, the Agape, which is really, they'll say unconditional, right? Just using these Greek terms, all right? Philios, Eros, Agape. Right? People like, oh, they doing a sermon. I remember Paso was talking about. No, this is not what Paso was talking about. We're really being, competent with what we're speaking on. We're not, doing Sunday's best. So here we go. In that fashion, we're doing it more in the Sunday's best, Moorish American. So with that, right? Oh, my apologies. I think, boom. There we go. I hit the button. Throws back. Hold on, I hit the button. Let me make sure I can spotlight them back. Hold on.
Let my brother in.
let my brother in.
Islam.
With that please let us in.
Y'all can hear me? I'm good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Islam.
Yes. So let me kind of come off the topic of brotherly love, and we transition from me. And I said that was Venus because Venus deals with values, right? And relationships. So when it comes to the values, courtesy is amazing. And again, punchline, honor is the answer. So going to see where Mars is right there with Venus in the 6th house in Capricorn in its exaltation sign, right? Just 15, roughly under 15 degrees away from where it's exalted. Brother Amazite, we're going to start off with you, bro. With this
Yo.
Yeah, we're going to start off with you with this one. When it comes to the Eros, the erotic love, I know we all of us, some way, shape, or form, have a story that we have experienced due to the fact that our mothers are under the mind control of the dark priesthood, right? So since that's the case, and that dark priesthood thinking says, go be a slave so that I can have things, right? I want to start there and just say, why did I choose Mars? Well, the key words for me for Mars is self-inheritance. So, when you're doing self-inheritance, that means you want to do the bumping and the grinding. You're trying to join those bang accounts. No, that was funny. Join bang accounts. No.
Make those joint accounts. Make those accounts unified. You're hilarious. Joint accounts.
Joint bang accounts by John Witherspoon and Associates. No, I'm kidding. So with that being said, you can get the Pops Deluxe special checking account. No, anyway, is the savings account. Anyway, what I'm actually saying is, I know, right? Joint bang accounts, right? So anyway, with that being said, Mars, Brother Amazite, that self-inheritance thing, considering that we have this paradigm pertaining to the dark priesthood, and there are these brothers here with their brotherly love discussing the encounters that they had with erotic love without giving details, without giving explicit details, but just the emotional damage that comes from it, right? That's it, right? Emotional damage. Okay, anyway, I'm letting it go. I yield the floor to you, Brother Amazite. It's not.
Okay. Well, some of these sisters, right? Some of these sisters, when they exchange that energy that we speak of, that erotic, that pelvis,
Elvis Presley. Let me stop. Go ahead.
they figure once they give that to you, they have a special power over you or entitlement, etc. Well, I want to do what I want to do with my finance, but all your finance is mine, right? Or if you got a situation where they at home in the house, they figure like, oh well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do anyway because we exchanged that, and they'll tell a brother, oh well, you have to pay bills where you live at anyway. But the fact is that you're providing that, and you're doing it, and somebody else is not doing that. The sisters really, with that energy, think they entitled to that. And how can I put this? I'm trying not to be explicit. The whole thing is, yeah, we do it because men do it and tolerate it because they really care. But I mean, let's be blunt about this. They shred away the principles of our ancestors, and it's used energy anyway. It's used energy. They're not a virgin. You know what I'm saying? Or quote unquote, or what society deem a virgin. It's used. You got miles on that. You know what I'm saying? And
it has depreciated, the brother said. You got miles.
Right. It did, and we enjoyed and we rocking with you, but I mean, we can go down to the 7-Eleven and pick up, another model. You know, because
I thought you was about to say we can go to 7-Eleven and pick up another Slurpee. I was like, yes, Impromptu Improv.
I was
Right
going to say it in a different way. Yeah, so yeah, Thumbelina and her four sisters, right? So
did you say Pamela Henderson?
No. I said Thumbelina and her four sisters.
Oh, I thought you said Angela and Pamela. That's what I thought you said.
Wow.
So when they get that energy, they try like to use that. Oh, you're not gonna get none of that. But they try to make a obligation. Well, if you don't do what I want you to do, how I wanted to do it, you're not gonna get none of that. But the male energy, like, well, okay, so if I'm not gonna get none of that, I don't need to pay none of these bills. Oh no, you're supposed to pay some of these bills, but wait, hold on. If that's what you use it, so they use it as a catch-22 or a spell. Oh, I don't want you to go outside the circle, but I'm gonna make this obligation that you better do. But I'm saying, hold on, I thought you wanted an independent man to run a household, which we know as Moors, that's not our place, but let's just go with it, right? So it's like either you want me to run a household or you don't. You see what I'm saying? And once that come in play, or they try to use that erotic energy to get things out of you and want you to they'll get it out of you, right? And they have no intention on fulfilling that role that they playing with you. So they expect you and want you to have them energy like that's for you, or you their husband, or you they.
Wow.
No.
All right. Okay.
Hold up.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me text bro because the whole
It had to
time
be a
I'm
sister.
talking. The
That
whole
had to be
time
a
you
sister.
talking. You said it had to be a sister.
All right.
Did you just say that?
Watching the live from way. Oh no, energy, take his connection out.
Okay. That's the
Yeah,
Y'all
they do
are
it like
Gemini.
that.
We get it.
It's
Y'all
cool.
are
We ain't gonna trip.
hilarious.
You're not paying for
Toss
what?
that out.
He's like,
We'll see.
you're not paying for what?
It's
Let me-
all right.
let me just say what was playing in my head as he was talking. Because he was like, yeah, man, because they X, Y, and Z. And what came to my head, I said, because they listen to Beyonce and don't listen to Beyonce at the same time.
Oh,
I'm approving.
oh shit.
Brother Hasan, say that one more time.
Watch out for the
Hey,
beehive.
yo.
Say
No,
that
I'm
one more
serious.
time.
Watch. Look, I'm gonna prove it. Watch. I'm so glad Brother Amazite is back. Let me actually cue him in. Hold on. Let me spotlight you back in, Brother Amazite. Because I was saying, Brother Amazite, that when you was talking and saying what you was saying, I'm like, what came to my mind was the reason that this is happening, which is the add-on to the dark priesthood, but it's also an exit. Because remember, Beyonce is consort to the monster of double entendre. So that means that Beyonce is doing it too. And she's actually saying something to the women in a tone where the women think it's being said to the men. Watch, I'm gonna prove it to you. That they listen to Beyonce and don't listen to Beyonce. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Stop right there. Think about it. If you like it, there's no specificity in who you is and the it is. Then you should have put a ring on it. Who's the you again? It's so general that as I really think about it, even when she continues, don't be mad because you see it here on it. Like, okay, oh. So is the he a guy observing another he that's about to put a ring on it? Or is the he who she is observing because she's like, God damn, I just gave him the pussy and did not make myself an honest woman. Yes, I do like him, and I should have put a ring on my finger as means of, hey, brother, this is what I expect us to do with one another, so I can make sure that because I like you so much that I should put a ring on my finger by being honest with myself and stating not an obligation to you, but only the fact that I don't want to be treated as a whore. I can be a woman fully to you and give you what you need. However, if I'm singing this song, that means that I already didn't require the ring in the first place, or I didn't set up an honor system with you where you would symbolize that honor system with a shiny piece of metal on my finger. So if I liked it, yeah, I should have required a ring to be put on it by being a woman instead of a whore. That's why, oh, the single ladies, oh, the single ladies.
Could that be a version of bag lady?
Well,
Could that be a version of Bag Lady by Erykah Badu?
She missed her lunch. Okay, anyway,
let me finish this before I jump out right quick. So what I was saying was like they want you, they know what they're doing, right? So they'll give it to you, right? And knowing that they'll cast these little spells, right, or these impression on you that you the boyfriend, you the girlfriend, right? Well, however they want to word it, or husband, wife, whatever they do, I don't know. They weird these days, but the male counterpart to the woman, right? So they'll give it to you, right? And you taking care of them like that's your girl, but nah, it's like nah, just because I gave you that. You're not my daddy. You're not this just because you trying to like enlighten them or tell them like, hey, this what it is. No, because I gave you that extremism. You know what I'm saying? I gave you that my lower self. You know, but they saying it's their higher self, right?
I gave you that non-fixed orifice. No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. But you made me felt that way for a moment, right? And it was great, right? But they don't want to act like they're the wife, or you know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on.
So
it's back to what you said, brother. I was like, hold on, I want to add to your wisdom because you are expounding upon the wisdom where you said it's used. It's not like they're a virgin. And back to the fact, don't we call it getting laid? Yes or no? Do we agree that at times coition or coitus can be called getting laid just for conversation?
Right.
So that's why I said they listen to Beyonce, but don't listen to Beyonce. She's not saying all the single virgins. She's saying all the single laid ease.
Right.
We're the laid-ers or the layers. They're the laid ease, right? So that means, in other words, Beyonce are talking to women who are already not virgins.
Right, and it's like they do that, right? And they expect that, but they don't want to uphold they into that too. They don't expect to honor their husband or be honor their man or whatever. They like, nah, I gave you that, and I know in your mind you thinking that you have attached to me. You know what I'm saying? As my husband, my man, or whatever. But that's not what's really going on because first thing they say, oh, when I did this a couple of years ago, well, we wasn't together a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? We're in this space right now. So whatever you did, I thought we was building, not tearing down. So whatever you did prior to that, right? I accepted that because you wasn't a virgin. I accepted that. You see what I'm saying? But they give you that, right? And they want to and knowing that you thinking that in your mind, hey, this is my woman that I'm with, but they really deep down inside they're not, because guess what? They already planning the exit strategy when they feel like they can't control you. They already planning the exit strategy. They on the phone with their friends more. They doing stuff. they going places. Any guy, once you hear I need some space, run out of there. Leave them right then and there, because they playing reindeer games. You understand what I'm saying? Or they already gone. You know what I'm saying? Because they say they want a man to take control and do this. No, what you really want a man is to do, go on shopping spree, be home with you, do whatever you want, and have his bag, but we're not going anywhere. But at the same time, they're not bringing that to the table. They think just because they give you that lower self, that's the damn table. but they're not helping you build anything. They're not being your secretary. But if you go out and hire a cute looking secretary, they have a problem with it when they should have did it. They're not coming to the table with 6 figures. They're not coming to the table reading for 10 years straight. You know what I'm saying? Researching and all that. And they sit at the table because they can bring life. Okay, and what? Our ancestors did everything because the men didn't have to do nothing but protect. That's it. And help you bring in life if you wasn't vibrating on that level. So when it comes down to their lower self, they use it as a crush. Basically, they do the same thing that the colonists do it to our nation. Same thing. And I'm gonna yield the floor because I gotta jump out right quick, but y'all, I got y'all in my headphone.
All righty, it's on, Brother Amazite. Anybody else, man? Brother Amazite.
Let me just add to the end of that. It's just like, okay, so to just add to that, fuck, it's women. Oh man, utilizing children as a weapon. That is so sick. Like it's horrible.
It's that dark priesthood paradigm, but go right ahead. That's what it produces.
It's just the lower energy. It's just the lower self energy. So it's like if any relationship pertaining to, you know, when you're dealing with a woman, if it's strictly based in just that, which is, you know, sexual pleasure, come on, man.
It sounds like when you guys are discussing, as we're discussing this Eros topic, there's a lot of one-way aggression and or abuse, or it seems like the initializing of the abuse and the aggression or the disintegration of the interaction is coming from the female counterpart more than the male counterpart. And people will probably say that, well, because y'all guys, of course you're going to say that. Y'all some men, of course you're going to say that. I just really think, though, that since there are women making the husbands they wish they had, that it definitely is the women ruined, because we're being socially engineered from our mothers until we study for ourselves and take on international mindset, you know, so to speak, and take on a mindset pertaining to our ancient foremothers and forefathers, so that our days may be long upon the earth land. We're being these. We're being raised by single women, so there are little boys out there with their mom, right? You're about 1, maybe 2 years old, 3 years old. You're probably not even watching this. You'll probably see it in the future, and you'll be like, "Dang, yo, they dropped that back in 2022. I was like 2, 3 years old back then. They was talking about this." You're gonna see it, and what you're gonna realize is your mom raised you to be the husband that she can't maintain. The only reason she's maintaining you is because you're her son. So now you're a baby doll. You're a Ken doll. You're not even a human. She's not even interacting with you. You're not even her son. You're a son that happened to come out of her vagina that now she can Barbie up with the ideas of her mind of what a man is supposed to be. That's what you. And then you get out there with this other mother. You start, quote unquote, you know, dating or whatever, doing what you want to do, being interested, and now you're dating the product of some other dysfunctional woman's dysfunction.
Indeed.
So it's a never-ending cycle of, see where the real men at in this. We already have the good sense. It just so happens that, by that being said, now they're looking to get abused. So where's the guy that seems like he's the super duper aggressive gangster one that they can feel like will keep her in check? So now that goes back to the mindset. We're talking about Eros, right? So even in the erotic loves, like, wow, is there some desire for masochism and sadism, right? So now, is this where we bring up Valentine's before we go into, real quick? I know Brother Sean's going to be out in about 40 minutes or so, right, or less. And I want Brother Sean to bring up Valentine's before we go into the unconditional love. I think this would be the perfect portion, because everybody's trying to find the values in their relationship and get the bumping and the grinding. And there's going to be a bunch of Libras born later this year because people are going to be bumping and grinding now around this time. And we're going to be seeing everyone born in October and stuff at the end of it. No. But in this, no, yeah, and born in October. Yeah, exactly. Freaking October 11th through the 14th, 11th through the 15th. Yeah, all the new babies from some single ladies that couldn't retain a relationship. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So here we go. Impromptu improv. Honor is the answer. I forgot to say that throughout, because that Eros portion, it wasn't it wasn't as here, brother, your turn, as it in the brotherly love. It was like, I gotta get this off my chest. Put this here, that there too. Like,
hilarious. Another thing, for the wisdom.
So go ahead. Valentine's. No, go ahead, brother Benjamin. My apologies. What you say, bro?
No, you good. I just rolling what we just rolling with. I'm ready for the Valentine portion for Brother Sean.
Islam, I yield.
Strength and courage. It's strength, courage. Yes. Islam. Where's your courage? Yes. Ouch. Shit.
It's funny when we get into that Jupiter portion. We're dealing with Jupiter, having his homecoming, but it's in the 8th house.
It's funny though, because it was definitely at home when we started though. So that's
means,
interesting.
Yeah, it's like that just seems like it's gonna be the ending of a lot of relationships. But no, because the 8th house actually is the values to the 7th house. It's second to the 7th. So even though it's opposite of the chart's 2nd house, it still has a second quality to it. So it's the joint account, and I think this is where people are going to be able to institutionalize that expansion in this joint account called the relationship. But they only want to be able to do it by not trying to uphold these bullshit paradigm, concepts. People are just going to have to really be realistic, talk to each other, and not try to hold up what the television and the radio told them. So I yield.
Yes, Islam. And stop just basing your relationships on lower self shit or carnal based things. Build something together. How about that? How about making a house together? Do that. That's longevity. Creating a house from the bottom up, from the ground up. That's real. That's real right there. That's real love. Anybody can thrust.
Ooh,
anybody.
And not every nerd on the internet or that sounds like us is, man. Y'all gonna have to go back and look at the Revenge of the Nerds and wonder why they really ended up with some of the almost because we're scientists, so we know how things work. Anywho, it's just you got to make them work with the right mindsets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't be something, we want to be with our copper tone mothers. I just kind of see why Dave Chappelle went to the Philippines. So anyway, who said Moor's son saved their finances and go to Brazil? Anyway,
South America.
Yeah. So anywho, and that's only because, man, just other places other than here, there's just a culture where, every other woman has been kind of raised to maintain their home and family. Whereas here, our mothers know how to make dysfunctional and disrupt and wreck the home and family.
There's a difference.
I like him. He's rude. Fuck 7 Hill Star. No,
there's a big difference between being raised to be catering and nurturing versus the former, destructive and harming. There's a difference. If you're raised to, learn how to clean up and stuff and clean yourself, you'll just do that for the rest of your life. More than likely, it won't be a burden or something that you feel obligated to do. It's just natural, right?
It'd be a 6th house thing. Service every day. Because, like we said, divine and national, and Allah alone leads the Moorish nation, or this Moorish Science Temple of America. So you're using the zodiac every ticking second of the millisecond.
Islam, zoom
service
in, please.
Is the key.
Zoom in, Brother Sean, please.
You
Just a little some more. Can you zoom in some more?
Tamari, Moor.
Look at that chokehold on that eagle, boy. Ha! Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, choking the straw. That's what people be. Yeah, you gotta do your UCC one. No, there's another way to choke the straw.
Islam. All right, I'm gonna read this, bro. I guess I'm gonna yield and get ready to do that, but I'll get this crack-a-lacking. All righty. Valentine's Day originated from a Christian monk named Basil Valentine, who was called Basil.
No, I was just ad-libbing in a funny
Basil. I like Basil too. Come on.
I like
Basil Valentine, who was applied at the manner in which European men viewed sex in women. They saw women as quote unquote sex objects, this being a degradation. He excommunicated himself and married a woman so that he could set an example as to how to treat of women. Okay. His efforts. Hold up.
All right. Scroll it up.
I'll scroll up. Gotcha.
Yeah, just bring it all in view. Yeah, there you go. We can bring it back down just a little bit so we can just see the whole article, I think. You might have to zoom out a little because the left of the article is out a little bit. Okay, you're sweet. Perfect.
All right, so, his efforts were noble, and for that reason, we appreciate him. The unfortunate part is that his degraded view of women has found its way into the modern patriarchal society and into the minds of many of the once noblemen of the land, the Moorish sons of today, as many, not all, are endowed with the same degradation regarding women. As well, many women have accepted this behavior and passed it on to their daughters for acceptance. Thus,
that's what we were just talking about.
Indeed.
This is RV Bay Publications. That means 9 times out of 10 who wrote this, I'm just going to go out on a whim here and say it was Mother Rosmariah V. Bay. Continuing, I yield.
It's fine. All right, there we go. Thus, the matriarch must rise and the values therein begin to expose themselves into society. Maybe it is the women who ought to take those sons out to dinner, who recognize and demonstrate their ability to rise above the common indoctrination to degrade women, as has been planted as seed in the past generations. After the current course, quote unquote, what is nationality and birthrights, we will be giving a special presentation on the quote unquote psychology of domestic violence. Stay tuned.
Now, read that paragraph right before that. Where's that maybe? Say I didn't want to highlight it, but I'm just telling you, there's a woman, a mother that wrote that.
I'm gonna say, let me just enlarge that so they really can see it at. Come back. All righty. Maybe it is the women who ought to take out those sons to dinner, who recognize and demonstrate their ability to rise above the common or lower self indoctrinations to degrade women and to uplift them, as has been planted, the seeds that has been planted in the past generations.
Yeah, that don't mean recognize that son and then go, I'm gonna try to use all my ratchetness to make him the son for me to be since he don't degrade women. That don't mean you degrade him in the process. That's what I'm saying. These women create these amazing sons to go out here to mess with boom quishas. And this is RV Bay Publications. This is and the RV Bay is for Rosmariah V. Bay. That's a woman. That's a mother. Yeah, this is her. Yeah, her, right? Her website, right?
Very Venusian of her, yes. Very Venusian.
And in my first introduction, when I first got introduced, I was like, man, 95% of this sounds like Brother Taji's mind because of all of the nationality and birthrights information. However, there's other information on there also. Whereas I'm even looking just, because I'm talking about the information. I'm not talking about person or station here. I'm talking about the information and just pointing out who this is. It's a mother. It's a woman that published on her publications.com website. what we have spoken about and probably got a gal or when the future big, see, I don't like them. If y'all just, take the time, sit, listen to this just for a second, just listen to it. And you will see that where we're getting to is honor is the answer. I'm just saying, we're getting to the punchline here. All right, I yield there. Can we move on to Jupiter in the 8th house in Pisces right now? Can we do that and speak on this agape love, Brother Sean? I know you need to get going to go and do what you do and make the people have the best experience they can have when they go out on the night to feed their families. So I know when you go, just do what you do. Just say your Islams and we'll continue. Brother Terrell.
Yeah, I'm gonna just cut off the video, but I'll still be in the background when I get ready to input. So I'm still here.
Alrighty then, Islam. So let's move on then. Let's continue then to agape, right? The quote unquote unconditional. It has no conditions. I'm just gonna love you because I'm gonna do which. And really, at the end of the day, agape is at the bottom of it's at the foundation of Philios and erotic love. Because even in erotic, remember there's no conditions. All is fair in love and war, right? So even having sex is a type of midsection war because there's just this aggressive bumping that just happens to feel good, but it could be looked at just as an assertive energy that's aggressive, right? It could be looked at like that, right? So it's like all is fair in love and war, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like agape is at the foundation of it all. It's just this non-condition to a certain portion. You know what I mean? So agape has this non-condition to, valuing relationships in a brotherly, sisterly way. Eros has this unlimited or unconditional portion when it comes to eroticism. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's no boundaries or whatever, so to speak, but there are boundaries, me personally, there's just certain portions of my body that just are not being touched. Period. I'm not a woman. I'm not to be penetrated. So, and there's a lot of women out there that be like, yeah, so don't make me kick you in your chin, bitch. Pardon me, mother. Don't make me kick you in the chin.
That's on the table, though.
Huh?
Not at your will, and that's wild that that's even on the table. That you even got others.
Wait, I had a woman actually ask me. I guess it's I know it's because the way I look and how I be playing with my voice and stuff like that. That's because being from me, the Baltimore Corporation, I'm doing my best. And you think I really want to be talking to y'all like this, for real, yo? You know what I mean? So when I'm fucking with this astrology for real, yo, I look at this shit like the motherfucking sun when it's transiting and shit to my motherfucking third house and shit. You feel me? Motherfuckers don't even be knowing that I be feeling creative and shit around that time. So I'm like, kick a little art or something for real. Kick it with my little dummies and my shorties and shit. They kick it with me, hit the little Photoshop and shit. Why? So I can sound cool to you guys. Oh yeah, I really like that, Brother Hasan. Take the fez off now and put on some shades and turn your cap sideways and shit and do the astrology. Now we're really going to hit like and subscribe and the notification bell.
Like, brother, do the TI lane with your fez.
I know, right? So I'm saying when we're talking about the aspects and when they're doing the ingressions of the signs, so that when the signs that we thinking they're rotating clockwise, but the planets are moving counterclockwise, they're actually moving in the capacity of the intensity with the tangency of the hold my Mac 11. And what I'm saying, no, I'm kidding, yo. I'm actually joking.
I love your southern accent.
Yeah, it's probably horrible. But I don't know, right? It probably is. I don't know which southern that was because I got a few of them. Especially want to be talking like that, no cool. You know what I'm saying? No cool. We talking about that astrology, right? And when cool, so when you been talking about that moon, that Jupiter, no cool, y'all be feeling that shit here and there like that, no cool. You know what I'm saying? What the deal, yo? Now, which south is that?
That's like Selma. I'm not even lying to you, bro. That's Selma.
What?
That's like Selma. I'm not lying.
I'm just making it up. I'm really just
He said, I'm not lying.
He's like honest blog, Scout's honor, right? He's anywho, let's move forward, right? we are at Agape love, right? And the reason I said Agape is like Jupiter, because Jupiter's just so expansive and just jovial and everybody, we're love. But it could be an excess to some degree. Excess to certain astrologers is looked at as, you know, this is the downside of all this abundance, right? Because it's in excess. So now we're looking
blind
at
optimism.
Huh?
It's that blind optimism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then the eighth house is the second, is like the values to the relationship. It's the values to the joint venture that has taken place. And the eighth house deals with joint accounts. That's why I said this. The eighth house is the joint bang accounts, but it's joint bank accounts also, because here's where you're actually finding the values in the relationship, right? Look at that. That's why I said second house, values in the relationship is the eighth house. See? So that's how we got this. That's how it's going. That's where it is, right? So with that even being said, I yield the floor to y'all. What is a guy? Where have you felt like it didn't matter if it was a brother or a mother or a loved one or a hater or something like? Where do you guys see the agape love being expressed? Where it's not really someone you're tied to. It's just a kind gesture that you're putting out there, right? It's a kind gesture that you're putting out there.
We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now in a sense. But and naturally, generally, it's really that it's really the want for beings to really know themselves the way you know, or how you know the benefits of someone really knowing themselves rather than really not knowing how to navigate. So again, knowing your chart or having a map, you know how to get around now. Right? So if you have your chart map or your natal chart, you know how to get around. You know how to, observe yourself and, others that you're relating with, and how those joint finances between who you're relating with, or those joint resources, how those things, unify or not. Right? So it's really naturally or always just generally, like I said, getting people to really connect to themselves, because man, know thyself is it's the biggest key of life that you can have. Right? Man, know thyself. That key and that door that you walk through, when you get that key in your hand and you put that key in that door and you turn that door, you open it, whoop, man, it's a breath of fresh air. Seriously. So that will be, I feel like that's a very generalized way, because I can see, always when we're out in the public, hey man, I like your vest. What's that about? Are you a Shriner? Are you a Mason? What's that? And then just genuinely, with no, tension, being upset or whatever energy they try to display, just genuinely walking them through that question. That's a beautiful form of that, without any tension, anger, really being a leader, right? Because Jupiter would be very leaderish. You're just being who you are. You're being yourself. So then it's like they can see that. And then again, you will want everyone else to lead for themselves. You will want them to be the leaders of their own life. You are the creator of your life. So take heed of that. Right? Good. Yeah, I yield with that. Simple. It's simple. So simple.
When I was walking to the Publix the other day, Alvion's son asked me, was I a Mason? But I've walked past him like a good bit of times, but I guess he felt comfortable enough to ask me, because I always said, what up? Like her son said, like, you hold the door for the brother. And that's what I always did, no matter what. If we make eye contact, I'll throw my head up, if I can't say what up or whatever. So long story short, I just told him, like, we're all Masons technically. We're mother and sons. I was coming from that, perspective. So anything else that I would have said would have got off balance. We had a core to, like, a golden cord, as Brother Hasan would say, to keep us like one. Okay, cool, we have differences, but this is where we're the same. We're coming from like a oneness of a place on different, journeys. And that's like leading you. Or now when I think about Jupiter, I think about Shiva in Vedic astrology, about like destruction, things about ashes. So like him asking me that, I kind of destroyed his thinking of what a Mason was or what my Fez was, Shriner, So I'm just piggybacking off. That could be an example of, unconditional love. Like I don't know him, but in the love of, humanity and just a common place, like he related to the Fez, but in a way of, I'm going to say disrespect because we honor mother at all times. And it's ironic we talk about Valentine's Day and women and seeing women as objects, but every time we're seen in public, they think we're undermanned by having like the Fez on you, like you're a Shriner and all that stuff like that. But like, we're in constant honor of mother and the cosmic mother as well, because higher self, lower self, and fathers of the eternal zodiac as well. So that type of unconditional love of walking out every day, having, the example of, without even wanting to do that, or someone telling you to do it, like, hey, make sure you do this. You're like, nah, this is a part of me and this is what I'm doing. So it's a part of my life. I am one with this at all times.
Indeed.
I'll yield on that.
Anybody else want to go in on the agape, where you're doing unconditional things, where it's not necessarily your brother or your sister or your brother or your mother, or it's not someone you're erotically involved with. It's just the decision to just treat someone, and you recognize that, if it was you in that situation, you would have loved this to happen. So you're paying it forward in that way. Anybody else going in on that?
I can add some stuff. It's once again coming back to the point that we made, 5 minutes into the live, of being an honor. So like when it comes to, when you honor yourself, you don't, that you're always helping people, and it's like not wanting you're doing things for people and not expecting anything back in return, because that what you do and put out there, what you don't get back physically, the universe will bring that back to you. So it's just that unconditional, and wherever Jupiter falls in your chart, what sign will even give more insight on, how to expand and what philosophies you can use to help yourself to teach others. And I'll yield for that. And I'll just speak on once again, I guess there's no better way, than to speak on personal things. So I have, Jupiter and Leo, and Jupiter is from the heart. So with me, I do everything from the heart. It's that unconditional type thing. Like, it's not, I want anything back. It's that, I want to help, and it's just being, thinking bigger than you, just wanting to help people and not expecting nothing just because that you can assist someone. Oh, look at that, 444, Islam.
Islam.
But yeah, it's just doing things at the heart, man. Knowing that everybody's going through their own battles, and that society has been engineered to disassociate and not really want to help other people. And sometimes you got to be able to help yourself before you can help others. But there's ways you can help others without having to physically use your energy, that you use finance to give to people. You can give somebody some game or some knowledge that'll help them way more than, spending 20, 30, 40 notes on something that they might not even use anymore. So it's just, it's just being love. I'm saying, just being love and honor. That's all it boils down to, and being accountable. And that's really it, once again. So yeah, I yield on that. Islam, bros.
So it's giving something that's beyond face value.
Indeed.
Islam. Because that's 20 notes. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I said giving love and not looking for love in return is kind of what I heard when you said that. Yeah. Go ahead, I do.
Islam. It's that's
yeah, you can go, spend 20 notes on some chocolate and whoop-de-whoop, but you can do something that's way bigger than that they'll forever remember, that they'll never forget. Yeah. It's like, I could have bought, these little bears and chocolate, but hey, I just want to give you some game to help get yourself together so that you don't have to keep going through these cycles, because I see it. But, you know, I'm not telling you what to do, but, you know, what Prophet Noble Drew said, give the best that's in yourself and, you know, look for the best in others. So I see the best in you, even though I see what you're doing now, but I see the best in you. So unconditionally, I'm trying to not tell you what to do, but here's a little game that you can maybe take with yourself and do. It's like a cheat code, you know, when you're just playing Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. Like, hey man, I need some ammo, but I ain't got the finance to buy it. Hey man, brother, here's this cheat code. Nah, man, okay, you just be without it. I'll just unconditionally, lovingly give that to you because I know you need it.
Indeed.
That's long.
I know this is like mundane, but I'll say I always take out the trash in my sister's house, and I'll say this because she always tells my nephew to take it out, and it's always at the front door for him to take out. So I just grab it and take it out every time, but I do it for like him to see like someone take it out, you know,
right?
That like that. So like unconditional love, I want to show him through actions that'll be like, hey, get this like blitz and trash, which like I want to do, but I'm like, look, clearly like that doesn't work. So I'm going to show you like you just need to do it because it needs to be done, you know, type deal. Like it's packaged up for you to grab. Now you complete it. And that's kind of like a relationship kind of deal, you know, like between mother and son. In my eyes, it's like, you know, she got you this far, you know, finish the deal type it. But yeah, that made me think about something just like, you know, doing something with somebody. So I take the trash out of my sister because it needs to be taken out. But then I see on a Jupiter level, you know, just like teaching or, you know, things of that nature or being a leader or whatever. That's why I'll just take it because it needs to be done. I'm not going to say anything. Oh, I'll check out the trash and whoop. Hey, Ken, you saw me do this. Like, no, like, I'm just going to do it. And over time, hopefully he sees me just do it. He'll just like pick it up and take it. But I get it.
Formulating responsibilities. Yes.
I'm just looking at what houses these, you know, places are, you know, these planets are ruling. Venus is ruling the 11th and 4th. Mars is ruling the 10th and 5th. And Jupiter is ruling the 6th. Pardon me. Jupiter is ruling the 9th and the 9th only. However, could be in co-rulership due to the interception pertaining to the Geminian Sagittarian axis. So it would be co-ruling, Jupiter would be co-ruling with Mars in the 5th house, so to speak, for dispositorship, so to speak there. So just to look at that, we're really just talking about 3, 4, 5 issues, along with 9, 10, 11 issues. Pardon me, did I say that right? Yeah, so to an extent, 9, 10, and 11, because of Venus also. So Jupiter, Mars, and Venus are there. Why would I say Mercury? I said 3rd house for some reason for Mercury. But it's actually 4, 5. Actually, more 4, 5. So I'm going to say it's 9, 10, 11, and 4, 5. Not necessarily 3 as much. 3 is more mercurial. Even though the moon is about to hit those points, that Pluto and that Mercury. So it's going to be people having a lot of, whoever sees this, the effect, even at this point of me seeing where the moon is, this is going to be that part of the video where people just kind of have this, I'm not going to say change of heart. I'm just really just thinking like, you know, there's going to be some, you know what, I need to stop lying to myself type energy. And I just don't know how many people haven't really had, you know, relationships where they're really, really being completely straight up and honest with each other to the point where it's like, as they're having a conversation, starting out, hey, look, man, when I say this shit, I'm not being offensive. I don't want to be offended by anything you say. So let's just say what we say, but let's say it in a way that even if it feel like we're trying to find the words to say, we just say it in the most rawest way or whatever, so we can just get to the point so that we can be able to not have the guessing game and interaction with one another. And that really would be dishonorable, because when you're guessing in how to interact with anyone, there's no disclosure being fully expressed. So again, the answer, the punchline, honor is the answer, because it's a contract. You know, the opposite of contract is expand. So are we contracting or are we expanding? Are we doing family dysfunctionality, or are we doing honoring our ancient foremothers and forefathers so that our days may be long upon the earthland? What are we doing?
You can't serve two masters.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And then
You can't serve if you won't be the master.
Indeed. It's almost like the reason why mothers can be the master is because they allow themselves to be meek. Meek doesn't mean be a bitch. Meek means that you have this immense strength, but it's so poised and beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even look like it's graceful. And a graceful woman is usually a happy woman, not because the sons do what she wants because of her attitude. It is her gracefulness that makes a son go, you know what? I love this woman here. She ain't gonna never go nowhere because she's so kind. She actually does things for me that other women would be like, ew, that's so submissive. Have no idea that woman gets the best treatment because she does something as stupid as, I don't know, scrub his feet when he comes home from work. And what if he's an astrologer and doesn't go anywhere? Does that mean now you don't scrub his feet? Because like, oh, he doesn't. I mean, but what if it's really, you can see, oh, hold on. All this has been done already, and we got, hold on, this, y'all brothers all work together and y'all still building? Like, somebody's going to actually see that, like, you know what, this is more than an actual relationship. I see the community. And that's honor. Because when the community is seen without it having to be explained, now you're dealing with another sentient being of the same likeness in mind and heart and intention, which yields even more of an honor system thriving without the rules and obligations or rules and regulations being laid out, because the rules and regulation is, you don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. In other words, it's the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. That's why I said it that way, just for shock value. But yeah. So with that being said, let me just continue and say, okay, where are we now? Because it's funny, it's like we were very balanced and rationing, you know, when it came to the brotherly love. It got to the erotic love. It was like, here, man, let me dump on the table, right? And it gets to the agape love. It's just like, I'm going to really do the mic drop thing. The best agape love example we have in these days and times within the last 100 years or so is Prophet Noble Drali, period. You wouldn't see us. You wouldn't see the brothers here, Seven Hill Star, if it wasn't for us meeting Prophet Noble Drali in his literature and recognizing, like, holy shit, he did bring everything it takes to save a nation. Like this, like he actually prepared the literature so that we could actually take our sincerity, our pure heart, our sincere intent, love and honor, and then go, oh my goodness, let's discern this type of lifestyle for ourselves, regardless of what people outside of ourselves may say, oh, that's corny, square, geek, you're on some Muhammad religion ass shit, that's phony. You know, okay, that it may look like it right now, but I'm letting you know when it's thriving industry and y'all actually go back and be like, hold on, y'all telling me who's running this international industry is those guys on that YouTube? Wow. They weren't really just talking shit in those videos. They were really affirming what they're about to manifest. And I'm saying, yeah. I already know in 6 to 12 months, you know, the majority of us, if not all of us, are going to be, because some of us are already kind of just good and we just about to just get to high next levels. But some of us are about to go exponential growth and be able to actually maintain it because it's a graduation, right? And I'm telling you, some people are gonna be like, aha. How you go from barely having your own place, being next to homeless, to now you got a whole like a whole land with so-called compound, but you got, you know, this facility here, or you are able to take over this abandoned school and be able to, you know, renovate it so it could be this for the community. However, it's first and foremost focusing on teaching nationality and birthrights, right? And to it, you know, so it's temple in the school. That's really what it is. You know what I mean? So it's for the young and young unborn, honestly. And that's, you know, as quoting Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So we're all the young and young unborn from that quote. At the time that quote was made here, even us, you know, where we are now, we're still the young and young unborn in terms of that quote, right? So
I'm literally a 4-year-old, so I'm literally like 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just about 7 now, so to speak. So yeah. I'm at the age of reason now.
Yeah, word.
I'm at the reasoning age.
I just learned how to walk and run not too long ago, sir.
Yeah. Right? Got your footing now? Good. We still gonna hold your hand before we cross the Astrology Street. I'm joking, man. So with that being said, I'm glad we went over this. You know, the love's Trinity. Philios, which we used in this example only today, not for, well, the brothers from Seven Hill Star said that Eros is really Mars. No, we're talking about the activity, the interaction, our experience, you know, and go and really listen to this. A lot of you people actually do listen to us. And that email is coming to you guys too. You know, like I said, I had to bust a couple moves, but I'm gonna send that email out probably tonight. You know, I think I want to get that out. You know, most people don't send emails at night. They usually look for that prime time morning, like 6 a.m., 9 a.m., maybe 11:30, 12-ish. You know, I mean, maybe whenever people eat their lunch. So, you know, that's the psychology of, you know, fishing minds out here to look at your product. Anyway, but, you know, however, you know, with what we have is not just, you know, oh, it's a product. No. We're helping Prophet Noble Drew Ali, even though he's not here now. We met him in his literature and continuing, like when anyone sees, when they're in any form of trust, oh, this is what we are. Okay, so let's continue and uplift, help in assisting and uplifting fallen humanity and continue these things. That's what we're doing. All right. So with that being said, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the Agape example for us in these days and times. You know, and just over 100 years ago was able to bring to us that which we need to see how to, you know, what was it? You know, shout out to Brother Benjamin Bey for posting from Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, the portion where, you know, I'm just being my animated self when I really get into things. You know, it's like gears, you know, I like start off like this and peaceful greetings, guys. And then by the time I get to less, I'm like this, like, yo, did you see this right here? That's really but that it's all just me spray painting a certain kind of way. It's really just artful storytelling. However, at the end of the day, my foundation and what I'm speaking on is absolute truth and science. And what I'm doing is I'm really sharing my experience on all the social media platforms you may see us, you know, expressing ourselves on. It really, we're just doing it to just, you know, it's speech and press for us. Honestly, it's not for, you know, look at us, look what we do. We know that there aren't too many good examples. And since, you know, the cosmic beloved has graced us with what people call different many talents, we're not just going to sit on our hands here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to really, you know, another term for Hasan is handsome. And handsome isn't just how you physically look. Handsome means being good with your hands. right? And so we can all be in the spirit pertaining to handsomeness by allowing ourselves to continue to be creative and be able to bring that which we've studied over however many years we studied, independently. What we are doing is we're able to take those things, and since we're being pure heart, being sincere intent, being love, being honor, we don't have a blockage in our creativity and in moving forward on that also, so that we can be able to share what it is that we got from things that we read and be able to share it in a way like, hey man, this is my experience. I'm just kind of doing a book report here. So that's really what our social media is. Our social media is just one big book report. That's all. Hey, I read this book and it goes like this. It's just that we're not doing it like we did in the indoctrination systems called elementary schools and stuff like that. We don't have like remember when you did your science project and you had the little board that opened up like this with the partitions? You had the two sides and everybody tried to have the most slickest, low, foldable science project, and then, there's me. I gotta use graffiti and glitter. And seems like it kind of pops off of the, how do I do a pop-up science project? Anyway. I can see that blue glitter now. Glitter. Yeah. Blue glitter, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, in that time I was thinking, I'm a pimp this project. Anyway.
Oh, you're hilarious.
That was my mind at that time. Yeah, but anyhow. Any questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Anybody want to go in further a little more about the agape portion and Prophet Noble Drew Ali and bringing us back, the universal philosophy, I'm a universal prophet and my philosophy is universal. I just came to you Moors first because you needed me the most. And that is a quoting El-Haj Sharif Abdullah Ali doing religious corporate activity being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Any questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Anybody want to add on to the agape love and wisdom pertaining to Prophet Noble Drew Ali by meeting him in his literature? You don't have to go elaborately on it or anything.
Just a quick add on. I was just say, like, this is a quote by CM Bey: civilization is practical wisdom and the morals of wisdom and the morals of woman. Civilization is practical wisdom and the morals of woman. So you have to be practical and use your wisdom to be civilized. And use your moral compass. Okay?
Say that quote one more time.
Civilization is practical wisdom.
Uh-huh.
And the morals of woman.
In the morals of woman.
Audio.
That's back to the first teacher and trainer, his mother. And that's what she got to get to. That's what she got to teach. Dear mothers, teach these lessons to your little ones so that they may learn to love instead of hate. Dear fathers, by these lessons, you can set your house in order so that your little ones will learn to love instead of hate. And what portion of CM Bey's work is that? Can you cite it?
That is that's Clock of Destiny, book 1, page 20.
Clock of Destiny, book 1, page 20 by the Caliph. I say Caliph, which is a defender pertaining to the faith. Charles Mosley Bey. I know you think guys, oh, well, all that stuff. Even Charles Mosley Bey said these terms were made by the Dutch Franciscan priesthood of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, well, the half hasn't been told. So that means Prophet Noble Drew Ali was part of. Look, guys, how many times we got to say this? We're not saying that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was some Christian faking as. That's not what we're saying. What we're actually saying is there was a burning building and he saw people was like, "Hey, you need to get out." So he put a fire escape on that building. Just because that building happened to be a church doesn't mean that, who put the fire escape on it is a part of the church. Islam. So Brother Benjamin was adding some wisdom to Brother.
Peace and love, bros. I'm gonna yield.
Go ahead.
Islam.
All righty, beloved brother Sean. Islam. Enjoy yourself.
Islam, bros. Peace and love. Enjoy the rest of y'all's holy day.
Happy holy day, man.
Happy holy day, bro. Travel safely. Travel safe.
Islam.
Islam, brother Sean.
Islam, brother Ben. Shaman.
Oh, he is hilarious. Bro. Go ahead, bro, Benjamin.
He just like rams in there.
Yeah, I know, right? That's that Aries ascendant. Go ahead, bro.
Just curious, but like when we say like bunk and stuff like that, when you said Prophet Noble Ali's philosophy was universal, to make it like mundane for people, what he's saying is like Noble Ali is saying, hey, I know how to hoop, but you guys in the corner, you guys need to learn how to dribble better.
Islam.
Because like, you know, sport right in that moment is universal. We're all playing like the game back right now. It's like life, you know, or being national. So it's like, okay, you guys need these type of skills. Like I'm a coach, I coach everybody, but you guys the most, you know, you copper tone guys that are dribbling and throwing up your back, but you're just in the corner doing it, facing the wall, but you're not doing that. So, you know, this is how you set up. You know, you want to take a three. You know, how to pick a teammate. You know, get a chart or reading those things. I just adding to that with that sense that view. Like, oh, but what's the brother saying? He's on real, you know, things like that. Okay, cool. You know, we were hooping. It was like, hey guys, this is how I get down. These are universal principles in hoop. You guys need to know or get your dribble on. You know, keep your head high. You know, bang bang. You know, travel. You don't need to do that. You know, that's a double dribble. These type of things.
You can't just use your dominant hand. You have to learn how to use the right and your left.
Both.
Right. Ambidexterity and nationality is the order of the day. Let me stop. Definitely nationality is the order of the day.
Islam.
So without further ado, guys, maybe this is the portion where I stop the screen share here. Leo on the rise at 8 degrees, right? So that's the sun in the 7th house. Is so interesting. We're shining the light on relationships after this, that what we did here, and bringing out the creativity and the youthfulness with Leo on the rise, right? So that's great. Leo, you know, the sun's ruling Leo from the 7th house. So look at that in Aquarius, which is the sign opposite of Leo. So, but it's within the astrological degree. So we have done a lot of relationship astrology today. Maybe we'll see you guys again tonight on Instagram. You know, maybe we can get some sisters to come in randomly. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go live on Instagram, and I'm only gonna invite sisters. And I'm even putting the title, Women, What Do You Think?
More than Cancer. Yes, so perfect, sir. Yeah.
Or something like that.
I think you should say what you know, because thinking that's tricky. You ask a woman, what do you think? I don't really
care what you think too much.
I want to know what you know, not what you think. I want to know what you know, because they'll tell you what they think. You know what I'm saying? That's tied to their emotional. You know what I mean? Instead of what it is, because they not logic. They can be logic, but they don't think with logic. They think with, I feel this way in this moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not cool. So I'm just saying, when you say, what do you think? That's opened up a door for all kind of low vibrational, you know, things. You know what I mean?
Okay. So do we call those Instagram live love, women, what do you know?
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, what do you know? Because if they know something, they should back it with facts and not emotion.
Most knowing comes from experience, or should come from experience. Like, yeah,
so,
go ahead. I yield, but yeah, I was just saying that.
You should hit it with the,
you can
go ahead.
No,
you can only
ahead,
be what
Benjamin.
you know. So what do you know? You can hit it with that.
Right. What do you know? And then some of them might be like, well, I experienced this, but experience is from experience, not situations that you've been in. Because it's like, okay, you experienced that, but what did you learn? What did you grow from that? Did you stay in that same state and thinking it's cool because it's social engineering? You know what I'm saying? If my mama smoked crack, that means I gotta smoke crack? Because a lot of sisters say, well, You know what I'm saying? They get into, well, my daddy did this, my mama did this. Okay, and what? But what did your grandma told you? She said, be better than me, right? So that means you're supposed to go out the community, get the information and bring it back and do better. Not stay the damn same and be not open to other things and be emotional to be like, well, you know, just because a couple other people feel this way about you, but them people might don't know the goddamn thing or afraid to tell you. And then, you know what I'm saying? You walking around with tissue paper hanging on you, but you know, that's your people, and they don't even tell you that you got tissue paper hanging on you because they're in the crew. Instead of be like, look, pull me to the side and be like, look, hey, that's what it is. So it's not what you think, it's like what you really can know. Like, and then what you know, right? Like, okay, where can I find that at? How can we build, you know what I'm saying, without the emotional the emotional attachment should be that we are one people, one nation, one nationality, right? That could be emotional. I'm your brother, you my sister. But for as that, you know what I'm saying? It could be your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, uncle, brother. Guess what? If they are out of order, you could get it too. You know what I'm saying?
It's long.
The Pharaoh is smiting his own people. And they're like, well, look what the Pharaoh doing. Yeah, because guess what? You couldn't be ignorant back in that day. You couldn't have a emotional mood swing. You see what I'm saying? You have to come with facts and okay, you got experience, but what can you do to back that up though? Or not back it up? I mean, is it valid? Or just going by your emotion? Oh, well, I don't like this part. Well, guess what? Moors did great things and we did bad things. That don't make us not a Moor, you know what I'm saying? But people be like, oh, I feel some type of way. What does that mean? The grass still gonna grow. The grass still gonna, but is the grass still gonna grow though, no matter how you care about it or how you feel about it? It is, you know, that's what it is. They're like, oh no, that's your truth. That's your history. Actually, it's world history. It's not just my history, whether you want to embrace it or not. So what I'm saying is, on that topic, you're gonna get that. I mean, I ain't telling you not to do it, but I'm saying when you put thinking up there, nah, with a woman, and I'm gonna be specific with these unconscious Moorish women, because other women with nationalities, they get it and they don't put their counterpart do stuff like that. I'm gonna say unconscious Moor women and unconscious European women. All the rest of the nationalities, they get it. They know what community is, agape love is. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't be like, you know, oh, I'm upset with you for a moment, so forget our responsibilities as a community. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're in a community, no matter what goes outside if you the water bearer, they don't care what day you having, a bad day you having, you still got to go get the water for the community, or you supposed to let the community know, right? You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So it's what you know. I want to know what you know. I want you to know what you know. And I don't want you to just come and be like, oh, I studied on Google for 5 minutes and think you know everything. Like, come on. That's a tool. You know, do you got some books? You know, did you go to the law library? You know, did the ancestors guide you? Okay, just because the ancestors guide you, just because you went on Google, you know what I'm saying? You need a 360 degree or 720 degree of that what you saying you know. So you must know that inside and out. And when the reason why I'm saying that, because some of these Christians, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it like this, so it could be the shock value. But you say you're a Christian, but you never read inside of that book. And you say you're a Christian, and say you love Jesus, but you haven't read all the religious books on the planet. So how you gonna say, with my experience? No, I want to know what you know. So if you say you know, you should have read every last religious book on the planet, or striving to do that, and you still supposed to be doing research, and you should know about all books that's concerning to you being a Christian. Because it talk about chicken. You're supposed to cook chicken in the Bible. It's in there. It's in there. But guess what? Every Friday, every Saturday and Sunday, you going to that church, eating that red beans and rice and that chicken. I'm a year on it. I'm a year on that one because
meow.
I'm being real though.
We're gonna have to find that scripture, but I yield to Brother Benjamin.
Oh, I got it. I posted on my page. It's there.
It's
if I talk about it, it's there.
It's long. We know. You know how the people are. Show the receipts. But go ahead. Go ahead, Brother Benjamin. We yield.
Oh no, I'm solid. He was just piggybacking off the experience. But that's what I was saying. Like to know, you need to have some type of experience, but know not to be have a retardation in thinking. So if I know it's raining, but I keep going outside and forget my umbrella, that goes to Brother Amber's. Like, it's like, what did you learn with your experience? Or just come in with like, oh, I did. It's okay, cool. What'd you learn? And how could you be a water bearer in that as well? Or let the people know from your experience, and not just speak from your experiences as like entitlement. Just because I went through it, I get to do this. Like, nah.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, but a lot of
not with it.
Yeah, because I got like a lot of sisters, a lot of female, family members around as far as immediate. So I get where you're saying. I see how they deal with their problems, because one of my sisters could not be messing with the other two, but these two will be against this one. I'm like, how I would deal with them is like, if I have a problem with one sister, I'll be like, I don't like that. Woo, woo, woo. I'm on it like then, but I ain't hasteful. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just like, that's how we deal with our issues. Right. I'm not gonna walk around and like fake the fault and like, oh hey, woo, woo, and then just like go away. And that's like, I see that with my sisters. It's like, that's crazy. And then you get to chilling and you just chilling, right? And then they bring that up and you're like, nah, like that ain't my issue. But y'all should have dealt with that when it happened. Like, I didn't like when you did that, so-and-so, sister. We gonna deal with it now, whether that be squabble or whatever, not saying like cats and dogs, but we're gonna deal with it then so we can move forward. We're not here to just fight and hold grudges. You know what I'm saying? I'll see the best in myself and you see the best in me. But if I need a tap on the bottom, I don't need to be in my bag about it. I don't need to be in my feelings or my lower self, Just like, I've been through that. You can't tell me that. No, it don't work like that. We're always in constant, correction. And that's something that our mothers can't take from us, is the correction. But it ain't like us telling you what to do. It's like we had to learn these lessons to correct ourselves, to quote unquote correct someone else, or someone else that you're going to see harm themselves. Because if you're not going to be yourself, you're going to harm yourself regardless. So I yield on that.
Indirectly or directly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Blind can't lead the blind.
Yeah, but I mean, the way society is, they thinking that's cool. It's okay. And I'm like, you're in a prison. Like, what do you mean it's okay? Like, you're not, oh, we should feel good. We should go party and do this and keep up with them. But if you really look at so-called, what they call wealthy, they have name brands on that you don't even know about. They be plain Jane. And the people that thinking is okay, you're shopping at these brands that does nothing for your community. Louis Vuitton, Christian, and Balenciaga, and what it's Gucci and Almighty. These are family names. But you come out with a product and it's like, what are you talking about? Oh, you holding a grudge, right? Yeah, it's a grudge. But when I hold a grudge, if I hold one, I'm in a moment I don't feel like communicating or whatever the case might be, we supposed to just suck that up, and that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not cool. That's not cool at all. But individuals have to realize that without the community, without the nation, and not without backing real stuff that have real substance, because let's take astrology. That changes your whole mindset of what you think things is and how things work. And that puts you in a place that takes you outside of society and make you look at other things. You see what I'm saying? So now before you go out the door, you need to check the calendar. You need to check the chart to see what kind of energy you're dealing with.
Or Islam.
You see what I'm saying? You need to know like something's gonna happen today, or something's bound to happen. Let me be conscious of aware, or you can check the charts and see what happened last year, or you could be conscious about this year. So when next year come, you ain't repeating the same cycle. You just not you evolving. You're not staying stagnant. You see what I'm saying? And when you think about that, with they Moors and they talk like this, but yeah, this is what Moors do, right? So if you really, 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 really want a change, or you really want an outlook, right? That's doing something, and you like, because there's some Moors. Oh, I've been studying law. I've been studying law. I've been studying law. Well, did you study history too? Because law and history go together. Okay, I studied law. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
or I studied law. I studied history. Did you study astrology? Oh well, no. Okay, did you study what your forefathers used to eat? You know what I'm saying? Did you study what they used to wear? Did you study what science was created? Was natural herbs? Okay, did you study other nations that was in harmony with your ancestors? No, you just I studied law. I studied law. I studied history. This concept, and think that's just what it is. No, it's holistic. That means we learn, and you're supposed to know, if we would have came out our mama wombs without this colonist interfering, as royal people, as Moors, as prince or princesses, it's mandatory when you're in a royal family, which we are, you have to learn all the liberal arts. You have to learn everything holistically together. You can't just study one subject like this world just, you're going to be a scientist. No, if I do astrology, that's just my strong point, but I have many attributes. You see what I'm saying? But it starts with the mindset. You know what I mean? Because everybody be like, oh, what kind of sign you is? What kind of zodiac you is? Okay, but and then what? you know what I'm saying? Then what? That's all we could talk about? Like, oh, because I know a Cancer, I know a Leo. Nah, you don't know a goddamn thing. You going about some European website to get your finance, and once again to trap you, instead of coming to your brothers and sisters that have the skill set, and have the patience and agape love to even put themselves on a platform to even teach you, you know what I'm saying, without getting any type of trick games or funds behind that. And you just looking at like, oh, well, they supposed to do that and da-da-da. Yeah, they do it out of service, but I mean, you ain't gonna put a donation. You're not gonna, that ain't Moorish. Like, just because you're not into that, that don't mean that's still your community. You gotta have a person that's strong in everything. Just like if you're a mason, and I'm talking about a mason, a construction worker, you're a builder, right? That's one attribute in the community. There's another one, a healer, a herbalist, a doctor, a midwife, right? Transportation, information, technology. So if we have foundation in everything, then when the community comes together, no matter who's in charge for that moment, because if you do history, Moors, we always in charge, and if we left and went somewhere, we'll be like, okay, you know what to do. You take control of the situation. But it's like the snake, it's like the circle of life, right? There's no ending, there's no beginning. So with that said, if we all know the same thing, or we all have the fundamentals in certain things, right? Then they could never be where we can be powerless or be a big nation.
Islam.
You know what I'm saying? Because like the brother said, the community, you just do it. You see what I'm saying? Other communities, you don't have to talk. They just do it. And they see the benefit of it. The benefit of it is actually co-creating with another being that have your same likeness. But the whole thing is, last time I checked, we look like the planet. If the planet, let's say the ground was blue and we was blue, it's embarrassing to our ancestors that we acting like that. We look like the planet. We look like the planet. Nobody else. We look like the planet. Look at the planet, man. So it's like, yeah, what you think? Nah, I want to know what you know. And how can we take right. And how can we take what you know and put that together, whatever your concept is, right? How can we utilize that together and submit that relationship and evolve and apply that knowledge, right? Apply that. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? When you come to the channel, you're like, oh, that's about zodiac. No, it's called astrology. You see what I'm saying? Like you go to the hospital. That's just the hospital. No, it's all kind of medicine. It's all kind of things going on, even though it's not meant for us. But there's surgery, right? There's surgery. There's physical therapy. It's not just one thing. You know, so I want to know what you know. How can we use that, and how can we evolve? And if you know something, do you really know something? Do you know that in and out? Do you know many ways to do the same thing, no matter which way you twist the chart? I feel the flow. I'm just saying. I want to know what you know.
Islam, yo, Islam. I have nothing to say.
with all that, then should the Instagram live be love, women? Do you know self?
That's heavy. That's light but heavy though.
It's so simple. It's so simple because it's a thought. It's a thought. It's a self-thought. Like, do I?
Or they'll show up with their perspective of self.
Well, that's why I think he should just leave it like that. I want to know what you know.
Okay, what do you know?
What do you know?
What do you know? Women, what do you know?
Just straight up.
I'm simple and sweet.
That's what we'll do. We'll do that. We'll do that tonight. Instagram live. We're gonna do that tonight. Instagram live. That's what we'll do. Straight up.
Sorry, I was long-winded, but you know me.
You were making your point. You landed your plane. It's all good.
Like you nailed that truth in. Do you hear me? You made sure that truth was hammered in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you were like brick, cement, scrape it off, measure, plumb.
You got the whole sledgehammer. Fuck the hammer.
Mix it up.
It's so funny because while he was talking, I picked this book up. I picked this one up here, Algebra and Geometry, and then he got like the solids on the back. And so I'm just like, yeah, he's just really going in on the math, right? He's just I was just like, hey,
he made his point and went around it for you a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, because you know they got some brothers and sisters want to make other brothers and sisters feel bad because they're not multi-talented, or they try to make their talent that they do possess seem small. Like the guy that's sweeping the floor is as important as the guy that's taking the finance.
Islam.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
because if he's not sweeping that floor, that business has no operation. It's not.
People are not gonna want to come in because it's not free.
Right. And a leader should never ask somebody to do something that he not willing to do.
Exactly.
So I can sweep the floor. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sweep it every day, but if I got to, hey, you know, I'm gonna sweep the floor, and it ain't gonna be about nothing. You ask another one, hey brother, how you doing, brother? Can you sweep the floor? Oh, that's beneath me. Who do you think I am? Like, whoa. Oh, that's okay, brother. I got it.
And this is where we insert honor is the answer. Just saying. Just saying.
You know, but they do that, man. They try to make brothers and sisters feel bad because they only got one skill set too. Like, nah, don't do that. Like let them know they skill. Like, I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. And I ain't gonna be long with it, but I'll give you an example. Let's say you work at a fast food restaurant and you've been a store manager for 5-10 years. People look down on you, but guess what? If you go in the corporate world, you've been a store manager, you could transition to a fashion store. You could transition to an office manager, right? Or you can go to a Best Buy and be a little manager, right? Because you was a store manager. So now you at Best Buy with it. Now they got a position at Apple. Now, guess what? When they look at your resume, you was a manager in a high-paced environment with all kind of attitudes, right? You see what I'm saying? All kind of people, and then you transition to that, and now before you know it, you the chief executive officer of Apple. I'm just giving you an example.
Islam.
All right. So you know what I'm saying? And then people be like, for real, I can do that? I'd be like, yeah. Like you actually can. You can transition to that. You see what I'm saying? Like you could be, I used to draw and now they got NFTs, but you could be over art department. You could be an art department, a set designer, manager on a movie now. You could be a creative director at what was that company that take pictures? Canon, Kodak, whatever that is. You see what I'm saying? And they made people feel bad, like, because I'm doing this and doing that. No, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to say that. But okay, you still got other talents and skills because you dealing with people, you managing inventory, whether it was small or minute. Well, all you do is do inventory. Well, you can be an inventory, you can do go to logistics, right? You know what I'm saying? You can move up. You don't have to stay in that spot. Or I just cook vegan food. Well, when they have events for people, you can run it. You know what I'm saying? You can evolve with it. Somebody might call you online and want your expertise because they got a company coming in of 20,000 people in this city for a convention. And and all of them is just so hard and vegan. And they look you up, you and your smaller Instagram, YouTube, whatever, you know, you're more, you humble and all that, and they look you up, you know, but these people make you feel so small or make you feel it ain't worth it. And I don't appreciate that because it's a community. Everybody is valuable. You know what I'm saying? Don't, like the Prophet Noble Jolly, just don't be standing around throwing nothing.
Islam.
You know? Islam. And I yield with that, you know?
Islam.
I mean,
so I just had to say, I'm sorry, I just had to say that because I've heard and looked at comments online and be like, well, it's just astrology. I'd be like, what? I'm like,
yo,
bro,
and it's so funny, bro. Look, I was just telling the bros the other day, like those people who don't know about astrology at all, and when everything hit the fan and they can't go to the store anymore, and they don't know how to plant by the moon, it's gonna be tough.
Don't turn on that Migos song. You don't need that.
Yo, when they're gonna start biting into their flesh, as Drew Ali prophesied. Tough.
They doing it now. They doing it now, eating each other. They doing it now. Don't even
literally. Islam. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's just dust our feet off and go on to another town, right, bro? As we always say.
Yeah, man. It's not validation. It's just being active and not passive. That's it. You know, because we got to take care of our community. We can care less. You think these Chinese and Russian care about that? We care about their community. We don't even see their community.
Right.
We just see them coming into our unconscious mortgage community, just getting finances. You know what I'm saying? And they're not wrong for that. But can we go in their community and do it? Nope. Because they already got their community set up. It's no room for you to even try to do it.
Indeed.
The only way you get in their community, you must be having a products on a mass scale, or you got to be the bank or something. And you here on your land. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, man.
Well, in terms of love's Trinity, we can see that when it comes to the Philios, the Eros, and the Agape love, it seems to me that even though the punchline is honor is the answer, the foundation to that is sincerity. be pure heart, be sincere intent, be love, be honor. And for those of us, since we have met Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature, we have Prophet Noble Drew Ali at the forefront of our mind, not in a dogmatic, worshipful fashion, no, in a honoring him fashion, because honor is the answer. That's how I relate to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, in honor. All right. So with that being said, you all, we'd like to thank you for joining myself, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, Brother Sean Alim L, Brother Benjamin Bey, and our guest again for 2 cycles in a row. He will be back again for a third appearance on the 3rd March 2022. But that's all we know for right now. If he brings a guest with him, which we're hoping his +1 does show for the 3rd. We putting that there because we would seeing if the Impromptu Improv would have yielded a guest appearance today, but it is what it is. But we'll bring Brother Amazite back for a 3rd time on the 3rd March 2020. That's 3 Fridays from now, because I think next Friday is Brother Cujo Adwell L. I still got to check out Mother Samantha out there. We got to see what's going on with Mother Samantha out there. Spirited Sam on Facebook to see if she'll come on, because I know she invited me to her podcast also. But I wanted to get her on because when she did her first event, I did a pop-up workshop at her first event. So I just wanted to get Spirited Sam on here. However, next Friday, Grand Sheik Cujo Adwell L. I got to call, bro, just to remind him, but I just text them or whatever, email and DM like, hey, bro, don't forget Friday or whatever. But and then so that is because today is the 11th, so that will be on the 18th. We'll have Grand Sheik Cujo Adwell L for Impromptu Improv, and then on the 24th we will have Brother Walter Davis Bey from near the Houston Corporation, Tejas State Republic, where he's going to go in. See, it's funny because we got Brother Amazite on the 3rd. We're going to go more into what is the metaverse on the 3rd March 2022. Whereas on the 24th, which is the Friday before, when Brother Amazite comes back for his 3rd appearance, we're trusting with special guests. We're gonna have Brother Walter Davis Bey go in on Moor coin. Yes, that's right. Moors have their own cryptocurrency. I am always, my foundation is promoting gold, silver, copper, the land. It just so happens that this particular cryptocurrency that's there, and you guys are going to start seeing a lot of promotion for it and a lot of awareness for it, so that all this learning about finance and stuff, and people can begin to exchange amongst themselves, utilizing their own, in practicing, just like how we discussed with Brother Amazite last cycle in the last Impromptu Improv about just having this mock exercise. So having more coin with in your possession, I gotta admit, shout out to Brother Walter Davis Bey. I have quite a bit of more coin. However, we see the need, and based off of Brother Amazite's suggestion and me talking with Brother Walter, I'm like, man, we gotta bring you on, man, so that we can give the awareness more. People are looking to be able to have an exchange and meet him. And me, I choose to use the more coin in a letter of credit kind of fashion. However, with that being said, let's just prepare ourselves. Grand Sheik Cujo Adwell L on the 18th. Brother Walter Davis Bey on the 24th, and on the 3rd we will have Brother Amazite again, and maybe we can get Spirited Sam out here on the 10th. Maybe we can get her on the 10th March. See how that Pisces energy flows for her. If I'm not mistaken, that would be some good second house energy for her anyway. So with that being said, I think I and our brothers, we are complete. If you guys have any questions, comments, and or suggestions for us, you can go to 7 Hill Star About Us page. You can check out Brother Amazite at RG_Royal Gang, I think it is. Is it RG_Royal_Gang? I want to make sure I say it right on Instagram. And you can check out Brother Amazite. You can just type in Amazite and RG Royal Gang will pop up actually in the search when you go to look for him on Instagram. And that way you can see the links for Metaverse there too. And you hit his link tree and everything there. So, and of course, guys, when I go and do my post-production and put stuff in the description, you'll have that also. You'll have the information there. So it'll be the repeat of the information from last Friday. All right. So with that being said, to my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased, we will see you next cycle with brother and our bro. However, in the Moor Science Temple of America, subordinate temple number 5 at Canaan Land, Grand Sheik Cujo Adwo L. That is what our impromptu improv is looking like so far right now. You know, that's what it's going to be. So yeah, so we're gonna, ask the hard questions or whatever, because Brother Cujo is gonna keep it all the way a buck. He's not.
Hey, don't come with your dogmatic next cycle.
Yeah, don't come to argue either, man. Because you already know that going back and forth. No, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna show you why Brother Cujo is like the poster Moorish American for Sergeant at Arms. Like he's that is mufti for real. You guys don't know what Sergeant at Arms is. Get into your administrative functions, all righty, book, and check that out. All right. So with that being said, you all, my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased, I love you all. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with us today. And guys, check us on Instagram tonight. I'll probably be going live on Instagram from the 7 Heel Star Instagram page live at about no later than 9:30 p.m. maybe, because I know I'll be traveling around like 1900, but I'll see where I am and wherever I'm traveling, because I'll be being hosted just very shortly, and I'll see wherever I am or whatever. We'll just do an Instagram live from right there very briefly, and our Instagram live will be love : women. What do you know ? ? Right? That's how we're gonna do it, and we're gonna see how that turn out. I'm only inviting women, because I know that I mean, brothers can show up, but I'm specifically, when I go to share the video, I'm inviting mothers. Brothers that are here, I know you guys will show up, just invite the sisters. I don't care who they are. Just invite the sisters. Just invite them, and let's see what they know. Woo, that's going to be, if they really decide to show up and speak. Boy, I'll make you famous. No, anyway, ma'am, on a scale of 1 to 10, and you can't use 7, what is your common sense? Like, no, let me stop. With that being said, I'm kidding, guys. Don't get offended. I'm just joking. These are the jokes. Jokes.
These are the jokes.
Because
these are the jokes
is the answer. Okay. I love you all. Namaste. Islam.
Islam.
Yeah.
No, that's the thumbnail right there.
Is that Moroccan Roy?
Like cameo.
I know, right? All right, y'all.